Justin, this wild season of ups and downs continues with another big down. What are your biggest disappointments out of that performance?
Well, my biggest disappointment out of this performance is just my team lack of competitiveness, I guess. We had a whole week to prepare and coming off 2 really good games, and I expected more out of the boys, and they didn't really perform. And so it's unfortunate for us because we were trying to build on the high, and this sets them back a couple weeks. So, but at the end of the day, we still got a long way to go, and a lot of things that kinks that work out. So we'll go from there.
JT, can you put your finger on what's the inconsistency in why? As you said, you've come got 2 great performances and then come in and it's kind of like back to New Zealand again. Can you put your finger on what's been happening?
First of all, I tip my hat off to Sydney Kings for coming in and play a well-executed game. They done what they look like a team that lost the last 6 games to us, so they wanted to come out there and find a way to put pressure on us and find a way to get a win. Tip my hat off to them. They did everything right. Me putting our finger on whatever it is multiple things. So, we ball watch a lot. We give up 26 turnovers. They were out rebounding us for a minute until maybe the last 2 minutes of the game, and then our shot selection. We allowed them to be physical with us and being able to push us out of our stuff that we wanted to do, and we forced a lot of things. So it was a lot of inconsistency on both ends of the floor for us.
Did you see that performance, Craig? You touched on the fact you had 2 good wins. You're playing the rivals.
Yep.
You had all that time to prepare for the game. Did you see that performance?
Nah, you never can see the future like that. I don't. Even though I prepare the best, and they can play like this, or you can have a bad week of practice and they play well. So, I expect better out of the group, especially my starting group, who had 16 turnovers on their own. In between, those 5 guys, I have 12 championship rings between those 12 guys. So I expect more out of those guys, and they know that. And I feel that they will hold themselves responsible and come back and do much better the next game. So, but it's just nothing one particular thing that it is. It's just things that we slowly but surely need to start swiftly figuring out.
Back in the New Zealand game a few weeks ago, you apologised to fans. You mentioned the lack of effort. Do you think today was reminiscent of that, or was it something different?
That our fans always deserve better, and not to sit there. And they did a great job sticking through with us for the 4 quarters. But yes, our fans deserve definitely better effort on those ends. But I'm not going to say it was just as bad as New Zealand. But I think that we came a long way from there. But it was just, once again, Sydney setting the tone defensively and the physicality, and we didn't match it.
They were particularly physical with JaVale, and then on the other end, they seem to attack him any chance they got. How do you sort of remedy that? How do you make sure that doesn't happen again and put in better spots to succeed going forward?
We've talked about it a couple games before. Freedom of movement is what it is. I don't want to be a meme for the next 2 weeks like NBL normally puts me in, so I'm going to answer this correctly. All right, JaVale is just going to have to figure it out, and then on the back end, they'll play better defense as a team collectively. Right, so I think that's what it is.
I think a lot of teams are starting to do is attack JaVale and make him guard in space, and they'll get a lot of 3-point attempts. The Kings missed them early, they made them eventually. How do you sort of work with that as far as what JaVale is as a defender?
I think we'll have to work with JaVale's defender. He just got to be smarter. He's really good. We can switch 1 through 5 if we want to, but sometimes he will, and most of the guys try to get over eager and reach for a ball or do something and just get themselves out of character. And unfortunately, he had 5 fouls. He only played 21 minutes. And he has to do better defensively. So I'll just challenge him to be more solid on the defensive end and communicate, and he can do better, like we all can.
When we spoke during the week, you were saying it was an advantage to have strengths inside and outside. But you were a little surprised how well Sydney had prepared.
No, they got a great coach over there, great staff. So we knew that they might have learned something from the previous games, and then they had a week to prepare for it to kind of throw us off a little bit. So I'm not surprised of how they prepared for it. I'm just, like I said, I tip my hat off for them executing, and then they shot the ball well, even without 2 of their players, Deli and Bruce. So they're a team on the rise and starting to play well, and something that we're trying to reciprocate.
Last time you guys had a big loss, you responded to good performances against good teams. You played 2 of the best teams in the league at the moment. Is it disappointing that you've got to have a big loss to then bounce back? Is consistency an issue?
It's always a disappointment to have a loss like this, no matter if we're playing a top two team next or not. I feel our team and my guys deserve and needs to play better, no matter who we playing. And so yes, we 3 games in this week, and all 3 are top 5. You know, and then playing 2 of them in the same month, Adelaide and Melbourne. So it doesn't get easier for us, and we don't really care about it because this is our league, and we got to make sure that we do our job. And so we just have to do it better. And I'm glad we have a short stint and not another whole week to sit and wait around, because when it takes a week for us, then we don't play well. Anytime that we get 5 days off, we come back and we don't play well. So I like the more games and short-term memory to go play the next one.